Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As promised, we are gonna do some day trips out of New York City. Today's is to Bear Mountain State Park or Harriman State Park, depending on which way you want to go. I'm leaving out of beautiful sunny Bay Ridge, but you could potentially do this trip from any of the boroughs. The plan is we're going to stop by in Manhattan, grab a sandwich for the road, and grab some breakfast and a cup of coffee maybe. From Manhattan, we're going to take the West Side Highway, which is the more scenic of the two routes. You can take the FDR or the West Side Highway, and I think West Side Highway is just a little bit prettier. We're gonna head on up to the George Washington Bridge, cross over into New Jersey, and from there take Palisades all the way up to Bear Mountain. It's a very easy route because there's not a lot as far as navigation directions, and it's not too far. It's about 120 miles away. I love that park. There are a couple of hiking trails there, ranging from difficulties from beginner to something like intermediate. I don't think there's anything super expert there, but if you wanted to do an easy trail, you could do that. If you wanted to do some bramble scramble, you could do that too. So this is going to be a little bit of a scout ride. However, if you are not into hiking, Harriman State Park in general is just a beautiful place to ride. So what you can do is you could just go up there and ride around that park. That's also a possibility. And there's a small town not too far where you could stop by and grab food and all of that stuff. But I like to hike as well, and I like nature and all that stuff. So I'm going up there. I'm going up to Bear Mountain. I'm gonna see if I can hike on any of the trails that are open and come back. And that will be a quick little day trip.
This might be the best bacon, egg, and cheese I've ever had in my life. Holy shit. Did not expect that. Tompkins Square Bagels? Yeah. Worth it.
Okay, here we are entering the Palisades. So we're past the George Washington Bridge, we're past the city. Now it's basically a straight shot to Bear Mountain. We're gonna make one tiny little stop, a scenic stop to take some pictures because it's super nice out here. But yeah, this is the main course in this one-day meal. I love Palisades. Palisades is a very beautiful route. It takes us right along the Hudson River. So we have the river to our right, and it goes through like these scenic, kind of foresty areas. So it's beautiful. You're now out of the city. This is kind of what you want in a one-day ride, in my opinion. And we're gonna pop on some cruise control and off we go. Troopers really like to hang out on the Palisades, and they will ding you for speed, so be careful. And there are tons of little scenic routes, stops that you can make along the Palisades. I've programmed a specific one into the nav that I haven't been to, so looking forward to checking it out. But you could stop at any of those, and I've stopped at some of them before, and they're beautiful. Gives you a really cool view of Manhattan and the river. Typically, there is very little traffic along the Palisades until we get to Bear Mountain. Then it gets a little bit more busy because there are a couple of different things that you can see, like it's the Finger Lakes and all of that stuff. So it does tend to get a little bit busy. Some of the exits are very, very popular. I'm sharing this whole route down in the description. Again, some of the stops there are suggestions, like the food stop, the scenic lookout stop. You could change those to be whatever you want them to be, right? It's just an example. Yeah, you see, that's what I mean. There's police stations right on the Palisades, and they patrol, so do be careful. State Line Lookout, that's where we're going. Okay, I've never been here. That's awesome. Ooh, this one goes a little bit further off the highway. Very interesting. Oh no. Very interesting. There's parking meters here. Huh. Look at this. This is awesome. Here we are, guys. Check this out. Doesn't that look amazing? Pretty fucking cool, huh? Okay. Here we are, rejoining Palisades on the way back to Bear Mountain. I gotta say, typically, this is not how I do this trip, right? I don't make the stop in the city for food. I rarely stop for the scenic lookout, and I just try to book it straight to Bear Mountain. This way has been so much more enjoyable. Because on average, this trip from Brooklyn to Bear is like 100 and something miles. You could easily do this in one sitting, but you're going to be stuck in a little bit of traffic in the city, 100%. So it kind of like, it beats you up, it wears you out. These little breaks with the scenic lookout and the food have made it so much more pleasant. I feel refreshed. We're only 30 miles away from Bear Mountain from Bear Mountain parking lot. This is insane. I love it. Yeah, Bear Mountain, only 26 miles. I have no idea how that happened. I thought we were much further away. This is incredible. One thing that I will say, you gotta remember to bring some way to pay. Before, I think it was like cash only, but the parking lot at Bear Mountain is paid. So you're gonna have to pay for it somehow, and a lot of times it was sketchy because I would take my wife. I would forget to take the cash, but fortunately she would have some, so we would pay for parking that way. But definitely, I think a good pointer is to bring some cash with you over there. And what we're gonna do on the way back is we're gonna stop and get a little bit of gas. Knuckles, is that a Jimny? Is that a Suzuki Jimny? Not what I expected to see. Jeez! Dude, get out of here! That's incredible! What? My dude is living his best life. That's I love it. I freaking love it. They're I think they're just becoming legal to import from Japan. Oh shoot, I didn't actually see whether that was a right-hand drive one, because they drive right-hand drive in Japan. I'll have to take a look at the video because that looked awesome. Basically, we just take this road all the way down until the road ends, until the highway ends. So this is the other very popular exit. Sometimes when you come down, there's a lot of traffic going that way, and it backs kind of both of the roads down. And we're pretty much it. We're pretty much here. So that's the Bear Mountain State Park. We're gonna go to the parking lot, see if we can find a place to park the car, and then hopefully some of these hiking routes are open. But we'll see. If not, maybe we could ride around. Can actually go here. Let me get my earplugs off, because that's usually a thing. All right, here we are. Look at that. That's a beautiful mountain. So here we are. It looks like the trails might be open. We're looking, I think I took the Major Welch Trail most of the time, but I'm not entirely sure. So we'll have to take a look. Yeah, let's keep going. Like I was saying, there are at least two ways to get to the top of the mountain. There's the kind of the easier one that I'm taking now, which is basically just stairs that lead up, like rock stairs, and it's a nice trail. Or you could go down a little bit further, and I'm not sure if that's open right now, but that's more of like a rock scramble up to the top, to the peak. And I think elevation here, if I remember, is about 1,200 feet. So it's decent. If you're into hiking, this is a cool hike. I pretty much continuously forget, is if you're gonna be doing the hike, either bring a towel with you, because obviously it's 1,200 feet up, and I mean, even when it's not super hot, you're gonna get sweaty. So it just helps to clean up afterwards. And a change of t-shirt so that you don't ride in a sweaty t-shirt back like I'm going to. But c'est la vie. I always forget. Now hopefully I'll remember. So we're almost at 1,100 feet. Only 45 minutes. I'm out of breath, but this is the quickest I've ever done this climb. I've been cycling a lot through this year, and I'm really happy with how much it helped me with my stamina getting up here. Memorial Tower. Pretty cool spot. It's like it's the sign you want to see, because you can do pretty much this whole thing on a bicycle. And man, I don't remember what the elevation is. It's much greater than on foot, because on foot it's only like 1,100 feet. If you do the full bike route up 9W, it's much further away. And I want to say the elevation is like 6,000 feet. It's pretty substantial. A lot of fun. So when you see the tower, you're like, oh my God, finally. And that's only half the climb, because then you have to come back. There's a bunch of climbing on the way back too. But oh well, at least you made it to Bear. And here, just a little bit further down, it actually continues as the white outline for the red circle. So I guess that symbol just meant there was like a, I don't know, like a advisory or something like that. But yeah, it's getting a little bit more rocky here, and this is what I remember. Ever so slightly more technical than going up with the stairs. So if you feel like climbing some rocks, this is the alternate way. It takes about the same amount of time, I think. So we're definitely coming to the end of the trail, because I'm starting to hear vehicles in the road. So we must be pretty close to the bottom, but I mean, check this out. So 80 minutes to go up and down Bear Mountain. That's by far the quickest I've ever done it. Super proud of that. Like I said earlier, I've been cycling a lot first season now, and I think the stamina really helped me out. At average, I think I used to do like 220, 230. 2 hours 30 as far as going up and down. So this is monumental. And what a beautiful trail as well. Very few people, like I said, definitely come out through the week if you're able to. I think it's worthwhile to sit in a little bit of traffic to have a mostly free trail. And that's it. The trail is done. When you're done, you have a beautiful lake right next to you that you can hang out on. There are places to sit down, to eat, relax, and all that stuff if you don't want to head home just yet. But yeah, what a beautiful place to come out to.